Hey y'all, so this is Jubilee Park and this is in one of the roughest neighborhoods, and yet it's absolutely stunning. I haven't come here before because if it's a little darker there would need to be summer light, otherwise you just don't get the light in here. But it's just native forest that was left as part of Claudeland's area. You can still probably hear road noise, it's not far, but this is a beautiful little walk, and there's like little pathways that go through. You've got to stick to the path to be safe, but there's plenty to look at as you walk through, totally, and it's free, right? The good part about all these parks is that Hamilton here in New Zealand just got named the best, prettiest, largest city in New Zealand. So we beat out Wellington, which is pretty freaking awesome. And not beating Wellington, but Wellington, I love Wellington. Wellington has some cool stuff. Palmy, where I was just a couple of weeks ago, if you remember watching that, excellent, right? So, we beat them. I still fail to see it, actually. I mean, I love Hamilton, but I live here. Maybe that's when you live places you don't see it. Anyway, okay. So, we're in Mormon 7 to 9. Last couple of chapters of Mormon before we head into Ether. We get Moroni's first farewell. We get some parting words from Mormon before he knows he's going to be killed, although I think he knew that was kind of inevitable anyway. And we're sort of heading really quickly into Moroni and finishing up for the year. So, get into it, guys. Alright, we're going to start there in Mormon 7 verse 9. This is Mormon inviting the Lamanites in the latter days, so he's actually talking to our people already. I like verses 2 through 5 because it already starts there. He's teaching, know where you come from, know who you are, and that we're going to get to that in number 2 this week. This is number 1, but we're going to read verse 9. It says, "For behold, this is written for the intent that you may believe that. And if you believe that, you will believe this also. And if you believe this, you will know concerning your fathers, and also the marvelous works which were wrought by the power of God among them." He's talking about the Bible. What we have is the Bible, saying that if you know the Bible is true, you'll know this is true. First of all, he says, if you believe this, the Book of Mormon, then you'll believe the Bible. And if you believe the Bible, you believe the Book of Mormon. So, for those that read the Bible and say the Book of Mormon's not true, I challenge you, have you actually read it? Like with an open heart, really looking for answers, or have you read it with all your coming in with all your negativities and, it's not going to work? So, do that. But, link up to Ezekiel 37:16, and that's where it talks about, what I'm going to talk about now is it's a scripture mastery about he says, take one stick and write upon it for the house of Judah and one for the house of Joseph, which is Ephraim. And that's going to come up number 2 as well. Anyway, so it's writing 2 records. So we know of 2 records. So one was for the Bible, one is the Book of Mormon. It's so that there's a companion to it. But it's both the same testimony of Jesus Christ. They both are. Specifically, the Book of Mormon, starts out with, this is a testament of Jesus Christ, so that you can know that he is real, he does exist, and he does all these really cool things for us. That's what it's for. But I think it helps to sort of get in that place if you go in with just that open acceptance of wanting to know. If you go in with preconceived ideas, it doesn't always work. I'm just reading Charlie Bird's book. Shout out to Charlie, he's the man, he's awesome. Been through a lot, and total props to that guy. Really cool. If you can get his book, read it. I would. It's not that long, and it's a page turner. It's like every part has just some really good gem of wisdom, and yeah, everybody gets hurt, right? So anyway, but yeah, to what I was thinking, why would okay? So what he did was take a question and take it to the Book of Mormon, the same way you would take a question to conference. Oh, there's some people coming from behind me. Wonder what they'll think. Yeah, so he took that to the Book of Mormon and read through the Book of Mormon looking for the answer to that question. See, he went with an open heart and an open mind. He didn't go in with a negative thing straight away. So that was good. So yeah. So the Book of Mormon the Book of Mormon is, so what do you know? And what can you learn? What do you know about the Book of Mormon, and what can you learn? Right. The Mormon ad I love, which is going to be the thought for today, is the one where it says, before all else fails, read the instructions. And that's really what the message is, truly, is that if you're struggling, read the instructions. We've got it right there. We've got an instruction manual. It might not be the clearest for you, but if you go in with that open mind looking for answers, you will find it. It will happen. So, yeah, that's number one. I'm going to stay sitting here because it's just nice. And the temperature is like perfect. It's not too hot, not too cold. There's lots of birds just happily around me in the trees. I'll show you the canopy. Look at that. Up there. And around there. It's so pretty. Yeah, Jubilee Park, Hamilton. It's going to be good. Okay, well that's number one. Number two is really good. So stay tuned. Look out for it. If you follow these daily, look out for number two. If you watch these all at once on YouTube, then go for watch number two. Okay, see you in a bit.